we define two functions, two random variables on each sample point of a sample space. And then we study the concept of probability. And that is why title of the chapter is Bivariate Discrete Probability Distribution. In last lecture, we have discussed near about 4-5 concepts related with bivariate. Very beginning, I define bivariate discrete random variable. Then number 2, joint probability mass function for bivariate random variable, that is bracket x comma y. Then we have studied marginal distributions. That means from bivariate, from joint PMF, you can study single variable x and y separately, named as a marginal probability distributions. And the last concept of your last lecture is independence of two random variables. The two random variables x and y are said to be independent if they satisfy this condition. P of P bracket x comma y equal to P1x multiply P2y, and it should be true for every pair of xy. That is concept of independence of two random variables. It is parallel to independence of two events, what I taught in semester 1. Suppose capital A and capital B are two events, then they are independent if probability A intersection B equal PA multiply PB. So joint occurrence is equal to product of separate occurrence. That is the concept of independence. It is not original definition of independence. Original definition what I discussed in semester 1 for events is probability of event A with knowledge of B. That means conditional probability of A given B equal to PA. In other words, probability of B given A equal to probability of B. This is the true concept of independence. What is the meaning of this? This says that knowledge of another event does not affect the chance of occurring the event under study. And that's why under independence, probability of A given B equal to PA. That means occurrence of A is not affected by the knowledge of B. Vice versa, probability of B given A equal to probability of B, interpreted as occurrence of A does not affect the occurrence of A. So this is the true concept of independence, which is transferred in this condition. Probability xy together joint occurrence equal to product of separate. Today, we are going to study some numerical examples which will try to explain all these concepts what we have studied in your previous class. Example 1, a fair coin is tossed 3 times. Find the joint probability distribution of number of heads and number of runs. Also find marginal probability distribution and verify independence. I think I have discussed this numerical example in previous lecture. Even though I will revise it. To get a joint probability distribution, you have to start with random experiment in the question. What you do? The question says tossing a fair coin 3 times. You know from semester 1, for this experiment, omega has 8 elements, which I listed on this page. So there are 8 elements for this experiment, which is called as a sample space. So we have omega equal to this. Let us define random variable on sample space omega. X is number of heads. So if I count the head in outcome of experiment, maximum head 3 and minimum 0. So my variable that is called range start from 0 to 3. Always collection return from minimum to maximum without repetition. These are the element where value of random variable is 2. These are the element where value of the random variable is 1. It is 0 because no head, and this is 3. So when I put a range, 2 is not repeated, 1 is not repeated. It write only once. So that is the concept of collection. That is the concept of writing a range. I have second variable in question, number of runs. Now what is the concept of runs? Sequence of same symbol followed by different symbol gives a new run. Now this is the same sequence, so it is called one run. H followed by H, and that is broken by T. So this arrangement has 2 runs. H broken by T, T broken by H. So this arrangement of symbol having 3 runs and so on. So I will get range of Y minimum 1, maximum 3. What my question asks? Question asks to develop joint probability distribution for X and for Y. X taking 4 values, Y taking 3 values. So in all total 4 multiplied by 3, there will be 12 calculations of joint probability. Now I write this by notational form. X taking 0, 1, 2, 3, Y taking value 1, 2, 3, and these are joint probabilities which we have to calculate. P11 is a joint probability that X taking value 0 and Y taking value 1, and so on. Let us try to get. I think this is explained by me last time. P11 probability X equal to 0 semicolon Y equal to 1. Now for x equal to 0, what is the favorable outcome in omega? That is t, no head. And for t, how many run? One run. So one run y equal and 0 head. So favorable outcome is t. Here you have to write probability, not a sample point. This is wrong. Now the probability of having triple T in omega is 1 by 8. Favorable outcome is 1, total outcome is 8. Classical definition from semester 1. P12, probability x equal to 0, outcome having no head. So this favorable is triple T. And from this outcome, you want to run, which is a impossible event. And probability of impossible event always 0. Similarly, P13 also 0 because from triple T, you never get 3 runs. That is why it is impossible event. P21, probability x taking value 1 and y taking value 1. Now x equal to 1 means element having one head. So element having one head, these are the favorable. And from this element, you want one run, which is not possible. And that is why probability is 0. Probability x taking value 1, one head, and from that element 2 runs. And there is a possibility of getting 2 run with one head. Now, this is the arrangement giving 2 run. This is the arrangement, sorry, this double H not allowed. This is the arrangement giving 2 run. This gives 3 run and this gives 2 run. So out of 8, 2 elements satisfies this condition. And that's why respective probability is 2 by 8 equal to 1 by 4. So in the same way, you try to understand all the probability calculation, put these values in bivariate table. X 1, 2, 3, this is not minus, forgot it. 0, 1, 2, 3. If I make a total in front of x, this is the marginal of x. The value of x with corresponding probability is study of x. Values of y with corresponding total in outer row is a marginal distribution of y. So I get marginal probability distribution. This is the theoretical definition and this is the tabular form. You have marginal distribution y definition and the tabular form, that is the answer. Value of y corresponding total of the columns. Now I want to study independence of x and y. Definition says probability of both variable together, that is a joint probability, should be product of separate. And this equation should be satisfied for every pair xy. So if you want to say variables are independent, these conditions should be true for this particular example 12 times. Because x taking 4 values, y taking 3, 4 multiply 3, that is 12 pairs. So if all 12 pairs satisfy this condition, then you can say variables are independent. If the condition does not satisfy at any point, don't go ahead, stop the calculation, stop the verification, and say the variables are not independent. Let us check how we proceed. P11, first pair, x taking first value, y taking first value. First row, first column. Corresponding pair is probability 0, 1. Calculation is 1 by 8. P1 dot, probability x taking value 0, what you got? X equal to 0, 1 by 8. And probability y equal to 1 denoted P dot 1, that is 2 by 8. If I make a product of separate 1 by 8, 2 by 8 is 2 by 64, which is not equal to 1 by 8, probability x 0, 1. So this equation not satisfied by first pair, and that's why conclusion is x, y are not independent. I think this we did last time. Example 2. Let x comma y has joint probability distribution as below. X taking value 0, 1, 2, y takes value 0, 1, 2, 3. This is a numerical example. In example 1, we develop joint probability distribution for given random experiment. Now here bivariate table readily available. On this table I ask question. Very first question, which is a natural, to develop the unknown quantity, that is k. Find the value of k. Bit number 2, verify x, y are independent or not. Third, compute probabilities A, B, C. Now let us see first question. Whenever you want to decide unknown constant in the concept of probability, you add all probability to 1 and find the constant unknown. By definition, solution bit number 1, we find unknown constant in a joint probability such that this is a definition of joint probability mass function. Double summation because you are studying two variables. P x comma y, this is the notation of probability mass function. The total should be 1. So what I do, inside table, you make a total of all values. Otherwise, if such question is there, you make a total row wise, total column wise. And this total is 60 times k. So this number should be 1. So what we do, 60 times k equal to 1. Therefore, value of constant should be 1 by 60. Very simple question. Now I want to verify x and y are independent or not. Just like example 1, the variables are independent if joint is equal to separate product. And it should be true for every pair xy. Let us start with first pair, probability 0, 0. In my example, x taking value 0, y taking 0. So inside the table is a joint probability. And outside the table is a probability for variable x. Outer row is a probability for variable y. So this is a marginal of x and this is the marginal of y. I want to check this joint probability is equal to product of this separate or not. If yes, I will go for second pair and continue like this. If at some point does not satisfy, you get the answer. So P0 comma 0 is K, that is 1 by 60. Probability x equal to 0 because first value for x is a total in front of x equal to 0, 10 times k. K is 1 by 60, answer is 1 by 6. Py equal to 0 is 6k, k is 1 by 60, result is 1 by 10. Let us take separate product. 1 by 6 multiply 1 by 10. Result is 1 by 60 and that is equal to probability together. So first pair under study satisfies independence equation. It gives not answer. Now I have to check another pair. What is another pair? 0 with 1. Probability is 3k. Now you have to check this 3k equal this multiply this. If yes, go ahead. If not, answer will be variables not independent. So I kept remaining verification as a homework. Do it and try to find the final conclusion. Now, third bit is calculation of probability for different events. I want to find probability the variable x less than equal to 2 and variable y greater than equal to 1. So x less than equal to 2, according to given example, x less than equal to 2 means all these three numbers. And y greater than equal to 1, that means 1, 2, 3. So these are nothing but corresponding ranges for event x less than equal to 2 and y greater than equal to 1. This is a joint probability with these two sets. So I take a Cartesian product. Probability 0 with 1, 0 with 2, 0 with 3. Then repeat probability 1 with 1, 1 with 2, 1 with 3. Probability 2 with 1, 2 with 2, 2 with 3. So in all total, you have different probabilities of pair values. 3 multiply 3, 9 calculations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Get these probabilities from bivariate table which is given in the question. Put the numbers. 54k, that is 54 by 60. You can see now these are totally 9 calculations. You have y taking 4 values, x taking 3 values. 3 multiply 4, totally 12 calculations. But the condition which is not satisfied y greater than equal to 1, it is 1, 2, 3. This is not satisfied. So this column total is 6k. So from 60k minus 6k is 54k, and that is the answer. So this is another logic to get a calculation with minimum calculations. Second bit is probability x equal to 1. I want to decide a chance that both variables coincide each other. That means probability x is 0, y is 0, or x is 1, y is 1, or x is 2, y is 2. Corresponding probability k, 6k, and 6k. So total is 13k, k is 1 by 60. The next calculation is probability x plus y less than 2. I want to get a chance of occurring this event in my joint distribution. So I have to try by taking different value of x and different value of y. If addition less than 2, that is my pair in the calculation. So x is 0, y is 0, total is 0, less than 2. Okay. X is 0, y is 1, total is 1, less than 2. Okay. X is 1, y is 0, total is 1, less than 2. Okay. So addition of these probabilities is my answer of the corresponding question. 6k, that means 6 multiply 1 by 60, 1 by 10. So these are the numerical questions related with joint probability distribution, bivariate discrete random variable. Now we study the next theoretical concept, that is under the heading of joint distribution function. You can recall your semester 1, for one variable I taught distribution function, that is capital F. Now I put the word joint. So you have a distribution function which is called cumulative probability distribution, but not a single variable for two variables. That's why it is called joint. See the way of definition. Let x comma y be a bivariate discrete random variable with joint PMF p bracket x comma y. Then the joint distribution function you may call sometime cumulative probability distribution function, denoted by capital F in bracket small x small y. This equal to probability x less than equal to small x. This is a given value. What is here? It should be small x taken here. Semicolon capital Y less than equal to small y. So that is coming from here. If you take only one variable, that is distribution function of univariate. Under F, there are two ordinates. So inside probability, there are two events. Now, capital F always has probability of less than equal to type. For example, if you want f of 2, 3, so it is a calculation of probability x less than equal to 2, comma y less than equal to 3. And this is true for every pair x, y. You have properties of joint distribution function. You have properties for cumulative probability distribution. In your semester 1, we studied 7 different properties of distribution function with one variable. You can recall it. Property number 1, it always lies between 0 and 1. By notation, capital F bracket small x comma small y greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 1. And it is quite easy to understand because definition of capital F is a probability. And I told in semester 1, probability of any event always between 0 and 1. And that's why your distribution function always between 0 to 1. Property number 2 says it is non-decreasing function for each of the variable. That is capital F x comma y less than equal to capital F bracket x dash comma y if x less than x dash. That means x dash is greater than x, y is fixed. So when value of the variable increase, capital F also increase. And vice versa in terms of y change, x fixed. But y dash greater than y, so F is less than equal to F with y dash. So that is called as capital F is non-decreasing function for each of the variable individually. This is for x and this is for y. Capital F becomes 1 by taking sufficiently large value for x comma y. What is the meaning of this? Limit x goes to infinity, y goes to infinity. Capital F bracket x comma y always 1. You can recall in your semester 1, I used to write capital F bracket plus infinity is 1. So capital F become 1 by taking sufficiently large value for pair xy. We don't require to go up to infinity. It reached to 1 before that. That is the meaning of sufficiently large value. If I want to explain with numerical example, which I took just now, this is the numerical example where my y taking value up to 3, x taking value up to 2. So if I put any value after 3 and any value for x after 2, my capital F will come 1. So I don't require to go up to infinity. That is the meaning of word sufficiently large value for order pair xy. It is a non-decreasing function. Then it becomes 1 by taking sufficiently large. In addition, you have some more properties which is, I think, not here, that I will tell you orally. The next property is number 4. It becomes 0 by taking sufficiently small value for xy. That means if you compare this with your one variable, I used to write capital F bracket minus infinity equal to 0. So property number 4 is limit x tends to minus infinity, y tends to minus infinity, f of xy equal to 0. So that is the properties of joint distribution function for two variables. Totally 4 properties. Here I write only 3. Fourth one is missing, that I told sufficiently small value. That means at point minus infinity. Answer is 0. Next definition is conditional probability distribution. And then we'll take a numerical example in next lecture, but I will finish this definition. It is just like probability of A given B from your semester 1. How we write probability A given B is equal to probability A intersection B divided by PB. So it is the ratio of two probabilities, numerator is joint and denominator is marginal of given condition. We apply the same concept. Let x bracket y be a bivariate discrete random variable with joint PMF p bracket x comma y. Conditional distribution of capital X given y equal to small y, just like your semester 1, conditional probability of A given B is equal to probability of A given B, probability A intersection B divided by PB. A replaced by variable X, B replaced by variable Y. The logically you have to remember this for all X. This should be capital. And conditional distribution of Y given X, reverse probability of Y given X equal, numerator is a joint, you can write probability Y equal to Y, semicolon X equal to X, or you can write reverse because there is no difference writing X at the beginning and Y at the second place. So it equal to probability X equal to X comma Y equal to Y divide. This is to be remembered nicely. The denominator is a probability of variable which is given to you. So in this notation, main variable under study is Y. So we calculate probability of Y by using a knowledge of X. That's why it is called conditional probabilities. Here main variable under study is X. So we try to get a chance that variable X taking value small x given another variable is fixed at Y. So that is the concept of conditional distribution, conditional probability of one variable with knowledge of other variable. On the basis of this theoretical topic, we try to solve some numerical problems that I will try to take in coming week lectures. Today I will stop at this stage.